On Aldani, Clem hides his past from his fellow rebels and is met with distrust from most of them, particularly Skeen. Taramin trains Cassian and the other rebels for the planned heist. While traveling to the Aldani Imperial garrison, Cassian reveals that he is a mercenary. Vel decides to continue with the mission and hold off on dealing with Clem's past until they have achieved their objectives. Imperial officer and double agent Lieutenant Gorn covertly aids the rebels. On Coruscant, A.D. Karn emasculates her son Cyril as he explores new career prospects. Mon Mothma establishes a new charitable foundation while managing increasingly tense relations with her husband and daughter. ISB Supervisor Blevin acquires a hotel as the new ISB headquarters on Ferrix. Meanwhile, his rival Miro and her assistant Hirt reach the conclusion that the rebels are conducting a series of coordinated heists of Imperial weapons and technology. Luthen anxiously waits for a transmission from Cassian's rebel team. There's the synopsis for Star Wars Andor. That was episode 5 entitled The Axe Forgets. Very good episode. First of all, before I continue with this recap, congratulations are in order for Diego Luna, who nabbed himself a couple of nominations. Well, the Golden Globes happened this past Tuesday, and he was nominated for Best Actor in a Drama Series. He didn't win, but he definitely deserved the nomination. Critics' Choice Awards are coming up, and he's nominated again. Same category, same for Best Actor in a Drama Series. So doesn't surprise me because he's very good, a good actor. Love how he embodies and encapsulates the character of Cassian Andor. And in this episode, as I said in the as described in the synopsis, Skeen is not too keen on old what do you call it? On old Andor. And he's asking him questions, and even at one point he has that $30,000 thing that he holds on his necklace, right? And he cuts it off of him, and then pretty much tries to out him. However, he thinks that he's outing him, and as he's got something that's worth 30,000, not dollars, but 30,000, whatever their currency is, right? And Belle's like, enough of this, nonsense. Let's deal with this stuff later on. She's like the voice of reason there. You see them, they're already reaching for their weapons, Terramin and Skeen, and then Andor or Cassian. And she's like, stand down, like she knows what's up. She knows what's gonna happen if these guys let their male bravado and their testosterone over there take over, and then they're gonna start shooting each other. And what's that going to do for their crew, right? I mean, that's going to, what, 2 of them might get taken out, and then they'll be down from, 7, however many of them are there, right? To 5, to 4. I mean, they can't afford to let any of the guys, anything happen to them, because they need all the help they can get. Yeah, Terramin even training them how to walk like soldiers and talk like soldiers. Well, maybe not talk, but, carry themselves, with shoulders back and everything. And marching in, being in formation like those the soldiers that they're gonna actually be, in the midst of. They gotta blend in, and then they gotta carry out their plan. And I like this episode. I really did. I think it was it's a lot of fun. It's funny how what's the name of that Ed, whatever name, Ed Karn, whatever her name is, the mom of the Cyril, totally emasculating him, totally just saying like veiled insults. You know, she's like, hey, it's like that. You failed, but hey, you're home. You're a loser. Oh, but you're here. I'll talk to your uncle. He can put you on and help you out and stuff. And she has that sneer, that smirk, that face that you want to slap. I mean, she slapped her son in the last episode. And I'm thinking, I'm looking at Cyril, and I'm thinking that is he going to just choke her out, take her out, and just leave her there to die? I mean, he was pretty like intense. Like he was like fiddling around with that cereal, blue milk. What's that blue? Yeah, blue milk, like we saw in Star Wars, right? In the New Hope, with like cereal that looks like Cocoa Puffs or something like that. I guess he had Cocoa Puffs back then. Wow, that's cool. In a galaxy far, far away, they had Cocoa Puffs or whatever, blueberry, whatever you call those type of cereals, right? Those puffy cereals, puffs, right? But yeah, she really was laying into him, and she really, really like you could tell that when he was a kid, she was constantly insulting him, constantly making him feel like he's nothing. That's probably why he became a police officer. She even said that, yeah, your uncle knew that you weren't cut out for police work. I'm like, damn, man. I mean, you got to give him some credit, man, because the guy was really all about going after the people that killed those two officers, right? His superior said, no, 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 pretty much we're gonna brush it under under the rug, we can just move on with that. Those two were bums anyways. They were like, and I don't, the guy was really pretty much going, yeah, I don't care for those guys, whatever, just let's move on, and we'll liken it to the fact that they got a little bit rambunctious and they got killed by some unknown guy and they deserved it, you know pretty much just saying, good riddance. But I love the fact that the dynamic. I really do like the dynamic between all the guys, all the crew, Vel, and Sintra and Skeen, Taramin, and so Cassian. It's a pretty big undertaking that they're going to take. Trying to get in there and trying to pretty much carry out their mission. They got their, Lieutenant Gorn there that's going around barking orders, telling people to paint this and make sure it shines the next day when I get here. In an hour, I'm going to come back. This thing better be squared away and all that stuff. But all the while, like you see him at one point, like looking into his, let's call it a viewfinder of binoculars, and he sees there's the airman, waving the old torch there, signaling him that everything's ready to go, ready all to go. Time to execute it. And the way when Terran was talking, he was like saying that Gorn was going to be in front of them, leading him through the gate, and then whoever the last guy is in the back is going to be the one to close it behind him. Like, he's no dummy, Cassian, he's like, or should I say Clem, because that's his name, right? With them guys. But he noticed that giving information, like, the weapon should be pointed out, not in. I noticed that too. I noticed, like, one of them was like, they're like this. I'm like, and then he's all like, oh, maybe maybe you should switch with, I believe it was with Skeen. At first he was like, why am I going to do that? If maybe you should know about the mission first before you start making suggestions. Then Vel's just like, again, Miss what do you call it, Miss Voice of Reasons, like, you know what? Maybe he's right, And then Termin's like, okay, all right, well, I'll switch. Hesitantly, but he's like, okay, I'll switch. As Clem knows his shit. He knows what he's talking about. Maybe these guys should listen to him. Yeah, he's a stranger to them at this point. Yeah, they know who he is, but at the same time, they don't know. What is his intentions? He's got that 30,000, whatever the name of the thing is, whatever the name of the currency is, but he has that diamond, that gem, whatever you want to call it, the one that was given to him by Luthen. And speaking of Luthen, he's still rocking that wig. Is he still pretending to be a antiques dealer? That one girl talking to him and all that stuff, or does she know? I think she knows. I think Mothma doesn't know. Oh no, she does know. What am I talking about? Mothma's in it with her, and she's even talking about last episode, like that she said that he could easily be, in trouble if anybody found out. And she's having her problems with her daughter. What a snotty little brat. Not even listening. But then again, she's at that age. She looks like she's 13, 14. And she's about at that rebellious age. I've had to deal with that with kids that I know from their kids. And once they become teenagers, they're like, snotty. They don't even acknowledge you. And they don't even, and then as soon as they become adults, they apologize to you. Like happened to me. Friends of the family, I got, friends of my family, and then their daughters, and then they're like, well, sweet little girls, sweet little boys, and then when they become teenagers, they're such snotty little brats. They're rebellious, and then I was at that stage too. And then once they become young adults, a lot of them are in my life now. I mean, I'm up there in age, I'm in my 50s, and and then they'll say to you, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to act like that. I go, man, that's no big deal. That's how we all acted. There's no reason to be apologetic. There's no reason to be sad about that or feel bad about it, But yeah, and then her husband, he's a gem, ain't he? And he doesn't even say anything to his daughter. It's just like, she's just like going like, do you believe this? Almost like saying, are you going to do anything about this? Are you going to talk to our daughter? Are you going to, put her in her place and tell her, hey, you don't talk to your mom that way? Because she was like back talking, pretty much. I mean, I don't know if she knows the backhand of Mon Mothma well, but she should. I mean, she wasn't being a bitch or anything about it, but she was, kind of putting it in her mom's face every time. Hey, we gotta go to this thing. We planned it. We got to drive her and everything like that. And daughter didn't want to have nothing to do with it. Back's turned to her mom, and she's, well, are you serious? She's fiddling around with, I think it was food or whatever like that. And they were eating some lunch or something like that. And excuse me. But yeah, I mean, this episode is really, really great. I like it. The plan's coming all together, and they're really, really gearing towards executing it. Everything seems to be in place. Now it's all about the execution. Is Cassian in? Well, he claims to be, but he still has his reservations. He still has a little bit of fear and a little bit of anxiety. Doesn't know how it's going to come off, especially because it's just them. A handful of them, 7 guys, right? 7 guys and gals, give or take. But I can't wait to see the next episode. See what's going to happen next. So far, so good. 5 episodes in, and I'm enjoying it. It was away for a bit. Like I said in my previous videos, I was busy moving, but I'm here, and now I'm back to in full swing and doing my channel. While I was away, and even as I'm doing these things, I'm these recent videos. A couple of them I did Megan, the trailer for that horror movie, and then I did House of the Dragon. And I've been picking up subs here and there, and I'm thankful for that. I'm really looking for that elusive 1,000 subscribers. I'm at 542 right now, and that's nothing to sneeze at. Well, me anyway. I'm sure some people are watching going, only 542, but believe me, I've been working hard at this. And they don't come as easy as they used to. YouTube has changed a lot, and a lot of times it's hard to even get people to view your videos. So I'm just thankful that there's people are interested in my videos, and you can't really sneeze at that. I mean, if that's a saying, but that's nothing to sneeze at. There you go. That's it's okay. It's good. I am proud of that. I'm happy about that, and whatever happens, happens. But anyway, that's pretty much my video talking about season 1 of episode 5, entitled "The Axe Forgets." Very good episode. Diego Luna continues to shine as Cassian Andor, getting nominations here and there for his work, and I'm surprised that some of the others haven't. But then again, it's like he's the one that shines. He's the one that really much shines everybody in this show. It's all about him, anyways, because he's the guy that we remember from Rogue One. But, well, I'm not going to talk any longer. I'm going to end this video. So, for those of you who stopped by and checked it out, I appreciate it. Thank you for your support. And in closing, as always, take care.